Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Keighley, and welcome to this special Xbox game showcase and our pre-show here, leading up to the big main showcase that happens in 1 hour at the top of the next hour. Welcome to YouTube Gaming and our exclusive coverage. This obviously is a different year for all of us in 2020, and normally every year I love getting together with everyone around the world to watch all the E3 events, but this year, of course, given where the world's at, we're doing things virtually. Before we get into this, I certainly want to acknowledge everything that is still happening around the world with the COVID pandemic, and certainly hope everyone is safe and feeling okay today and excited about video games, which I think have been a source of comfort for many of us in 2020. So today is really about celebrating games and the future of games and where games are going in the future. You know, this is still a big year for games and that new consoles are launching. And today is all about Xbox and the Xbox Series X, which is coming out this holiday season. Although today is less about hardware and is going to be more about the games. And in our pre-show, we've got a lot of great guests joining us to preview what we expect from Xbox. We also have some world premieres and some great new game stuff to show you guys as well. The Xbox story for Series X, of course, started last year at the Game Awards when we revealed the Xbox Series X hardware on stage. I certainly miss memories of thousands of people together and the excitement of shocking the world with that announcement last year. That was such a special moment that no one had any clue it was about to happen, and we revealed the hardware there. But of course, everyone wants to know about the games that are going to run on the system, and today is all about a game that was sort of mentioned in that teaser, Halo Infinite. We are going to get a first look at the gameplay of the campaign of Halo Infinite in the Xbox Game Showcase. That's something that we're all very excited to see. I'm sure we'll be talking about that a lot over the next hour. And Xbox has already said we're not going to hear a lot about hardware today. We don't expect to hear the release date for Series X. We don't expect to hear about pricing. It really is going to be a showcase all about games and focused a lot more on their first-party studios, meaning games that are coming exclusively to the Xbox ecosystem, which of course includes Game Pass and PC and even xCloud. There's a lot to talk about, kind of what Xbox is doing with gaming and their approach. So we've got some world premieres for you, and we've got a lot of guests. So let's get ready for the countdown here. 58 minutes away from the show. Before we get to our first world premiere, though, I'm going to welcome some panelists to talk about what we're expecting.
Es que parece que el micro también detectara el audio, pero yo no sé por qué, nunca había hecho eso.
Jack, welcome to the show.
Hi, it's good to be here. Thankfully, it's
great
a
to have you
reasonable
here
hour.
early in the morning in Los Angeles. We've also got Lauren Side here. Lauren, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Good to see you as well. And finally, we've got a guy who got to go up to Microsoft and check out the Xbox Series X hardware before lockdown. Austin Evans. Austin, good to have you with us, man.
Hey, Jeff. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, great to have all you guys here. So let's kick things off here by talking about what you want to see from Xbox today. They had an event back in May that people wanted to see even more from. They wanted to see, more gameplay, more games. They wanted to see Halo. They're going to deliver that today. What are your expectations as fans of games? What do you want to see at the top of the hour from Xbox? Let's start with you, Jack.
Well, I mean,
Igual aquí están hablando, pues es un pre-show.
And I'm really curious because I'm not the biggest Halo fan, but even this one has kind of gotten me intrigued and excited. So I'm curious to see about that. I want to see more Hellblade 2 if we're going to get some of that, because when we saw that trailer at the Game Awards and we were sitting in that theater and that music kicked in and rocked everyone's socks, I was really impressed with that and seeing what the hardware could kind of do in engine there.
Será poner al menos los de inglés porque no aparece para.
We don't see Elden Ring today, but it's been so long since it was announced. I need to see it somewhere and see that it still exists. And as long as I get a good world premiere, I'll be happy.
Oh, wait, we got the world premiere voice guy actually doing the voice here when we come to our first world premiere. So I'm here to take care of you. But yes, as you said, everyone would love to see Elden Ring. Everyone would love to see new game announcements too. You mentioned Halo. Lauren, is that the big thing for you? Like seeing Halo, what are you excited to see?
No, so I feel like Halo was like my first introduction into like first-person shooter games and why I should not play them because I'm horrible at them. But that was like my first. It holds a special place in my
¿Sí me
heart.
pueden escuchar?
That was the first time realizing I was terrible at them. I'm really excited. I'm big into like psychological horror games. So the medium, I really, really want to see more about. I want to see gameplay. They haven't told us a whole lot about it, but I'm living for it, like the Silent Hill music, everything. And Everwild is the other one I'm really interested for, like, to see more about, because both of those are kind of a mystery. I haven't seen much on them.
Oh,
¿Ya te
that's
oyes?
great,
¿Me
'cause you
escucho
said
bien?
there are
Okay.
lots of other games across studios. Everwild that they teased last year at EXO from Rare looked really interesting. I agree. Hopefully we'll get to see something on that. Tim Schafer's got Psychonauts that, they acquired that studio. Hopefully there'll be an update on that one. And they said Microsoft's got so many studios, so many games across the portfolio that I think we'll get hopefully some new game announcements and also some updates on those
Bueno,
existing
entonces me
ones.
trae la tablet.
Austin,
el
you were
iPad.
one of the few people I think in the world that got to check out Series X. I remember you did you got to check out Gears, how that was looking on the hardware and everything like that. So you have a really interesting perspective on this.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás, Alejandro?
So, I mean, I love the nerdy details, right? I want to see the 120 FPS and the HDR and all the ray tracing. I'm really interested in seeing kind of like what this next generation is able to do as far as pushing the envelope forward, right? I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm going to be all over Halo.
Papo, ¿qué
I really
crees?
wanna see
¿Qué
what
pasó?
they're
¿Qué
able to
pasó,
do,
Alejito?
especially
¿Qué
considering
pasó?
that that's going to be a game that will be on Xbox One and sort of assuming PC and Series X and kind of seeing how they're able to stretch that. And I'm definitely a huge fan of the Forza franchise, right? I mean, that's sort of been really, you look back at the Xbox One generation for me, I have definitely spent more time playing for the Forza games as well as the Horizon games more than anything else, right? So that's definitely has like a special place in my heart from the gaming side. But what I'm really curious about is getting a really good look at kind of what this new slate of titles look like, right? I mean, obviously we know that there are a bunch of games that are coming out for the holiday season.
¿Cuándo cumpliste año,
Games
Alejo?
kind of teased for the next maybe year or two or whatever the case is. But I really want to see a good sense of what the Xbox Series X is.
Hola, Elvira, ¿cómo
I've seen little
estás?
bits and
Bienvenida,
pieces.
Elvira.
I got to try a couple of tech demos. I know the specs. I know all the kind of the basic stuff. But what I really want to do is kind of see how all of that comes together and brings what this next generation is all about.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. It's, they
Delight.
keep saying how powerful this console is. Like, we want to see that power, right? And see what this is able to do. And Microsoft's philosophy on Xbox that Phil Spencer has expressed is, a little bit different than PlayStation. That they're saying that all these games they're going to show you today conceivably will still work on PC, and they might, they work better on the new Xbox. But
Es adelantado, mi cumpleaños es hasta el 2 de septiembre. Ay, Alejito, bebé, qué rico. Ya te quieres unir al grupo de WhatsApp.
To want to upgrade to the next system, because it's different. That Halo, as you said, will work probably on, if you have an Xbox right now, it'll work on the current system. So I assume part of what they have to show today is why it's going to be even better on the next one.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think for
definitely what I expect.
Yeah, I think for me, what I like most about the Xbox that kind of sits in my house is like we always get Sony with their exclusives, and I love to see some really cool exclusives from
felicidades, qué rico.
Microsoft today. It's the thing that people keep talking about all the time. But I love the kind of home entertainment aspect of my Xbox. I love the kind of UI and the speed of the system and kind of sitting down. I use it for everything. I only use my PlayStation for gaming, but I really use my Xbox for almost everything. I watch Netflix on it. I watch movies, and I play my 4K Blu-rays and everything.
Solo que estoy transmitiendo Call of Duty. Pues ni idea por qué, porque aquí no hay nada seleccionado.
Kind of the OS of the system and
aunque ya todo
está, and how you're able to switch between games on the fly, and being able to have all of those old games be playable on the new one. They keep talking about backwards compatibility.
A ver, espero yo lo cambien en Twitch desde acá.
And I'm curious to see how far that goes and how many games you can really play with that and how far they're pushing it, and stuff like Game Pass has come out, and it's kind of a game changer, because there's so many times when I just go on and I don't want to buy a new game, but Game Pass is a good way of kind of trying it out and testing it and just downloading it there and playing straight away. And I really love that aspect. So I want to see how far they push that. And xCloud, I think, is what their trump card will be this time, at least for me personally, the way I consume the media on my Xbox.
Yeah, no, I think that, as you said, the Game
Listo.
Pass is another big part of it. That a lot of these games now
Estoy
come out
cagando de
as part of
calor.
Game Pass,
Yo
like
creo que va a
50%,
tener que
all
estar
the
más bien
first-party
encerrados en
titles
la pieza y
are in Game
abrirme.
Pass, and that I think lets people sample more games, right? It's no longer like you have to spend $60 to play everything. Also, I wanted to ask you about the specs and
Yo creo que va a tocar más bien que los encierre en la pieza y abrirme porque tengo exageradamente mucho calor.
RDNA architectures and whatnot. Like, what do you think?
Los michis, sí.
What does that all mean to the gamers? Like, how do you think the games are going to be different? Or what are the things we should look for here in ray tracing and things like that? Like, what do you think are going to be some of the big leaps that we're going to see in some of these games, hopefully?
So I think the interesting way of looking at the previous generation, sort of Xbox One, PS4, going into this new generation, is that it's a much more well-rounded package, right? Something like the Xbox Series X, spec-wise, it is equivalent to a very high-end load times. But also you have that really powerful CPU, which is going to
¿Qué onda, Terminator? Hola, Juanes, ¿cómo estás?
And then you have on the graphic side not only sort of
es que están en YouTube,
especially developing that sort of tech that people are going to really start to appreciate. But also these new features like ray tracing, right? It's going to help ground these worlds in a much more sort of realistic sort of location. Like, I guess for me, it's more about making the console a much more complete package, right? You're not sort of sacrificing because you're playing on your PC versus your Xbox or anything. Like, you're going to be getting a very similar level of performance. And in a lot of cases, something like the Series X is going to be significantly more powerful than any other gaming device in your home.
Yep. All right. Well, hopefully we're going to get to see some of that. Lauren, you get the last word here. Anything you're hoping is a surprise today? You talked about some of the games we know
about. Vamos a ver, chicos, este es un pre-show. Obviamente, oficialmente habían dicho que a las 11 empieza todo lo chido. Pero obviamente yo aprendí desde antes para hacer pruebas y para ver qué tal está esto y para ir hablando con ustedes, chicos. Te bajaré. Vale, mi Alejito precioso, gracias.
Exclusives. I mean, Game Pass has been a game changer for me. I've been using that a lot lately. So just like bringing me into that ecosystem, if they can do that, like, then they've surprised me. So
igual aquí yo los estoy leyendo. Yo leo tanto los de YouTube como los de
Play all
Twitch.
this stuff on your PC. You can play, on your phone via xCloud and
Voy a publicar en Facebook.
So hopefully we'll see a bunch of games today, right? And we know Halo is going to be a big focus. But obviously they've got a lot of
sí está bien, sí sirve.
All right, well,
eso, mi Terminator. Oye, mi Terminator y mi bebés, ¿me escuchan bien? Tanto mi voz como la de la conferencia.
And we do have some special world premieres throughout this show. We've got a number. I think we've got a half dozen things we're going to show you.
Me quedaré visco.
Give you a little preview of some stuff that will be coming to Xbox, and we're going to start right now with this world premiere announcement. Check it out. World premiere.
You're the reincarnation of the Luminary. Know this.
Sí, se oye bien, va, excelente. Entonces lo dejamos así por ahora.
A hero will surely arise to take the sword in hand once more.
What the fuck?
どうも、ゲームデザイナーの堀裕二です。1986年に日本で第一作目となるドローンクエストというロールプレイングゲームを発売して今年で34周年を迎えました。今回シリーズ本編
Hola novato, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido, juegazos.
Xbox プラットフォームで発売され、さらにゲームパスにも登場します。
Estamos aquí pendientes en el pre-show de Xbox Game Showcase. Estamos esperando que llegue la gentecita, que se junte, como les prometí que los íbamos a ver juntitos.
ドローンクエストでは自分自身が主人公になって魅力あふれる仲間と共に世界を救う壮大な冒険の旅に出ます。冒
Hola Miguel, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido. Lo que no entiendo es por qué se está escuchando también en el micro y se está escuchando, no sé, por qué todo junto, no entiendo qué pasó ahí. Pero bueno, se escucha bien, me dicen ustedes, ¿no? Charco, ¿quieres el iPad? ¿Estás en clases? ¿En serio? Sí, yo ya. Solamente repase. Se escucha chido, va. Yo no sé qué pedo, pero bueno. Lo bueno es que sirvió.
過去のシリーズの作品の世界を体験できるサブクエストなどのやり込む要素も満載です。いよいよ Xbox プラットフォームに登場する日本の RPG の王道ドラゴンクエスト 11S をお楽しみください。発売は2020年12月4日です。それではまた。
Ahorita estoy haciendo retransmisión, chicos. Lo estoy haciendo tanto en YouTube como en Twitch.
There you go, Dragon Quest coming for the first time
Dragon
to Xbox. And now we're going to get right into another world premiere. This is a brand new game announcement. A smaller team and studio that has a new title to announce today on the pre-show. So take a look.
Está desfasado, pero porque si yo le quité el delay. A ver, un momento. Ah, ya vi. Ya. Listo. Yo creo que ya. Listo, ya. Ustedes me dirán, chicos, ¿quieren que lo dejemos
game coming
es desde la transmisión pues de Xbox One, pero no sé si quieran que lo ponga en español. Yo lo dejo así porque también hay comentaristas que hablan mucho y mucho para ahorita a las 11 si no quiero.
So stick around, and of course, at the top of the hour, we're going to get a look at a lot of the first-party games from Microsoft, including the world gameplay debut of Halo Infinite. Right now, though, we're going to turn to our second panel to preview what we're hoping, all our hopes and dreams for Xbox today. Joining me first off is Aaron Hansen from the Game Grumps. Aaron, you ready for Blinks?
Oh, dude, you're way ahead of me, brother. I was all Blinksed up, and you just brought the heat, man.
You've been waiting all summer for this moment. Will the Time Sweeper return? All right, good to have you with us, Aaron. We've got Danny O'Dwyer from No Clip. Hey, Danny, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? I'm just really happy for Aaron to get his Blinks. He's been waiting for was it a month since we talked on PlayStation? Forget all these new studios and all these new games that all their acquisitions are going to do. It's all about the Blinks.
Bring back the Time Sweeper, right? That's clearly the closer of the show, right? You must know something. And finally, we've got Alana Pierce joining us. Hey, Alana.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. All right, you're all chipper. We're ready to go. This is Xbox Day. Going to be hopefully some excitement for all of us with what Xbox has in store. So we joked about Blinks, but Xbox has a lot of franchises, a lot of history in gaming over the past 20 years. I'm going to open with the same question I had for the last panel. What are your hopes? What are your expectations? What do you want to see from Xbox in this next hour that's going to, convince you that they've got a lot of great stuff and, charting the future of gaming? Aaron, let's take Blinks off the table. Beyond that, what else can they do for you today?
Well, you know, if I'm gonna be honest, man, I want to know what the heck's going on with Exomecha, because that, like, I was not expecting something like that, and holy crap.
Te lo dejo desde el Xbox, no pongo no pongo alguno que esté en español.
Mind, I was just like, it's just big silver robots punching each other, and there's a robot dragon, I guess, that breathes fire. Great, I'm in. Let's do it.
All right, so Exomecha clearly at the top of the pile. They've already won you over, Danny. You know, you visit a lot of studios around the world when we can. Hear about them. You know, hear their stories. NoClip, you do some incredible documentaries. From your perspective, like, what does Xbox?
Igual por eso empecé desde antes para.
Well, we've had Microsoft.
Vamos a buscar el de Level Up.
Doing a lot of acquisitions.
No estoy suscrita. Pero no, ahorita no están en. ¿Alguno tiene? ¿Me puedes pasar el link que decías, porfa? Alejo, stop. Mientras busco, vamos a poner esa. Esperen un momentito. Oye, ¿sí me escuchaste? No escucho nada. Mucho Halo. Halo. Y más Halo. Voy a cerrar esto. Este es el oficial. Vamos dejando este mientras encuentro el otro porque.
Those are my big three.
No, I think you're right. There's such an interesting story there around what's happening with Xbox Live, with Game Pass, this idea of, you know, having the, you know, a subscription sort of approach, right? Versus buying $60 games time and again. It seems like part of Microsoft's approach is, you know, very Netflix-like.
Kind of hoping that we hear a little bit about xCloud and what they're planning to do with that in the future after that Game Pass announcement, which is super exciting. So those are my big three.
No, I think you're right. There's such an interesting story there around what's happening with Xbox Live. You know, having the, you know, a subscription sort of approach, right? Versus buying $60 games time and again. It seems like part of Microsoft's approach is, you know, very Netflix-like, and that you're going to sort of get all these games, all this content, and that'll mean big games, but also, you know, potentially smaller games that people are more likely to sample, which I think is, you know, a huge opportunity.
Recuerden, chicos, que también estoy transmitiendo por Twitch.
That, you know, there'll be some stuff for the super core gamers, but maybe some stuff that's a little broader in its appeal too. Let's talk about Halo. They've done a very good job over the past week hyping everyone up around, you know, Master Chief's return. Seems like a bit of a spiritual reboot in a way of Halo. I mean, we saw the kind of key art, box art yesterday. It was like very reminiscent of the original Halo Combat Evolved. We know we're going to see the campaign today. We saw, I think it was last year at E3, we saw kind of we've actually past two E3s, we saw kind of teaser assets for Infinite. Originally, we saw kind of the engine, and then last year we saw, you know, sort of an in-game sequence, or at least rendered in engine. What are your hopes? What does Halo have to do? You know, obviously a legendary franchise. I think there's a big opportunity here for them, but it's a very competitive space.
Y es que en otras partes hablan mucho.
First-person action games right now. What do you want to see in a new Halo? What will convince you that Halo's back on top?
More Chief, less Locke. That's my number one.
I think we'll get that.
I think so too. I feel like that's something that they've really focused on, and I know that they got a lot of criticism for the story, and I'm actually from what I've heard, Halo Infinite's development got pushed a little bit because they reworked the narrative after people were so upset about the lock focus of the last game. Halo's an interesting one in that I don't want it to shift too far from classic Halo because that's sort of been with me my whole life. But I would also, same token, like a story like an ODST. I really liked the way that was told. I feel like that's really unlikely, but I want a groundbreaking story. I want something that kicks me in the feels like Reach did or like ODST did. But with the lore and the nerdiness of probably a Halo 2.
¿Dónde anda Ishar para que me saquen los chetos? Ni idea.
I'm gonna be
Yes, as you said, a focus on Master Chief in terms of the style of gameplay. Danny, we see kind of first-person games going in different directions. Co-op with other sort of aspects to it. The sandbox style of Halo is something that I think people really like, the skirmishes and whatnot in the gameplay. Does that still hold up in 2020, or what do you when you see this demo or gameplay footage, what are you going to be looking for that's going to cue to you like Halo's back?
Yeah, I think that's the big sort of question on this. When we first saw Infinite, it was around the time that big sort of shift into games as a service was happening. Where games like The Division and, Destiny is obviously the sort of most obvious one.
Yo aquí no hablo mucho, chicos, porque es importante estar pendiente de lo que están hablando. Y luego que sí me toca leer porque casi no entiendo cuando hablo. En inglés sí no lo entiendo mucho hablado, pero escrito sí.
I feel like it was very much a game that was pushing both single player and multiplayer, and also just a lot of interconnectivity with different types of modes and stuff. So it's always been on this sort of bleeding edge of like gameplay design. And the other side of it that I'm really interested in is just how the Slipspace engine works, because they've had access to the hardware, or they've known what the hardware was going to be like longer than anyone. So really, we always look at the Forzas as the beautiful showcases for new hardware, but I think in the same way, whatever we see from that gameplay is going to give us a real indication of just how good games can look on this system.
No, that's a great point. I think, as you said, this is hopefully going to be the high bar of what we can look for visually in terms of gameplay and the experience with it. Aaron, are you much of a Halo guy?
Media hora para orgasmearme.
What's going to convince you that this is the first-person action game to get?
Well, for me, Halo's always all been about multiplayer, right? So, like, I was never huge for the single-player campaigns. I always played online, always played with friends. And the thing that I really hope is that there's sort of like a dedication to the old style of Halo, right? Like, I feel like every game nowadays is like heroes this, heroes that. And I love Overwatch, but if we're playing Halo, I want to go back to Deathmatch. I want to go back to Capture the Flag.
Exacto, es que eso es la diferencia de Halo.
So if they can like modernize that and make it still have that sort of, like it feels new. It doesn't feel like they're just re-releasing Halo or like Unreal Tournament or something. That's what I'm looking forward to. Is what can they do with multiplayer?
I'll take a re-release of Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, there we go.
Also, I did like Halo 5 multiplayer. I was actually okay with that. I am just more scared about kind of what you said, Danny, that they're going to Destiny-ify the single-player campaign, which is a very profitable thing to do. So I get why studios want to do that, but I'm scared.
Yeah, I know you said how they blend single and multiplayer, and it sounds like they're talking about campaigns. I don't know if we're even going to get much on the multiplayer, so you said how that's all going to blend together and how they're going to kind of explain what it is, right? And that's part of the thing on the multiplayer. So you said how that's all going to blend together and how they're going to kind of explain what it is, right? And that's part of the thing with these streams. Sometimes we see lots of footage, but then we have all these questions afterwards about like, well, what is this? What are we actually seeing? Is that a co-op? Is that single player? So we will have Aaron Greenberg from Xbox going to join us afterwards to break down some of what we see, and hopefully we'll get some information in the show as well about what they're doing with Halo. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. We will all watch everything together here at the top of the hour. We are about 30 minutes away from the live Xbox game showcase. We don't know where it's going to start or where it's going to end, but the one thing we do know is that Halo Infinite is going to be there, and we've got the countdown clock up there as well, so you guys can wait with us. But we've got much more to talk about, and we've got some more world premieres to show you guys. Right now, we've got an update on a game that is coming out later this year. You just saw it at Ubisoft.
Eso, mi rey.
A new look at Watch Dogs.
Pues están hablando de un poco de Halo.
Ladies and gentlemen, London is fucked.
London is...
But don't worry, we've got our best man on the case. Because if anyone can fix this mess, it's this smooth bastard super spy. Oh. Well, looks like we're recruiting. It's a state of emergency.
Dicen que están excitados por este día.
Private armies have taken the streets.
Todos.
A crooked spy agency lurks in the shadows.
It's basic tradecraft. Want to sell a lie, weave it into the truth.
And organised crime has grabbed the old city by the bollocks.
The Kellys have got a human organ black market. No, but I've got to keep tracks on my merchandise.
Vamos a ver.
The government's literally letting Albion shoot us in the street.
You need to build a resistance. Recruit anyone in the whole city.
Hola Carlos, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido Carlos. Stream mañanero que, claro. Estamos esperando que sea ya a las 11. En este momento estamos en el pre-show. Pero vamos a esperar para ver qué tal. Ya que empiece, ya falta media hora. Estoy en transmisión en Twitch y por YouTube.
The city needs a resistance. And it starts with you. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm in. Welcome to the resistance.
Faces on, guns out. It's about to get real.
CP. Estoy en ambas.
Find them. Recruit them. Welcome to the resistance.
Welcome to the resistance. Estará chido para octubre. Xbox One y Xbox Series X.
All right, well, as we've mentioned quite a few
Ya llegó
times,
Shark con
we are
los
going to get
chetos.
a first look at the campaign of Halo Infinite, and I asked a friend of mine what he wants to see in a brand new Halo. You may know Ninja for many things over the past few years, but he actually started and created quite a stir with all his awesome Halo.
¿Y qué pasó con Nono Live?
Back in the day.
No, Nono Live, no transmito este tipo de cosas.
About what he wants to see in a brand new Halo. Tyler, take it away.
Live para que entienda algo.
What Xbox has in store. And here's what I want out of Halo. Halo Infinite can just give us a incredible campaign to close out the classic series with a beautiful ending and a matchmaking / multiplayer system where the ranking system is unique and it works, and just really amazing iconic maps. I feel like a lot of people loved the Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3 maps that came out.
Órale.
So fun, whether it be super bouncing from Halo
Sí,
2,
pues obvio.
getting all the weapons off,
Amamos
all that
todo.
Halo 1, the flow of Halo 3. It was something so incredible. Played all of them, I love them all, and if Halo Infinite can just get that down, get some of those things down, right? Give us amazing weaponry, right? Weapon gameplay, like the Halo 1 classic pistol, the Halo 2 battle rifle, the Halo 3 battle rifle, and sniper. I think it'll be in a really good spot, and I'm just excited to see what they have in store, man.
Awesome. Well, we'll see how much of that comes true, hopefully, at the top of the hour when we get a look at Halo Infinite. Thanks to Ninja for joining us on the show. Now it is time to get to another world premiere.
Tradúceme. Pero es que tampoco es que yo sepa mucho. Y el botón de donar. Ay, como que el botón de donar por ahí está, yo lo puse. Hola mi gamer precioso, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido, bienvenidos a todos, babies. Estamos esperando que sean las 11 para que tenga. y nos muramos. Yo con trabajo hablo español, o sea, yo no lo entiendo casi escucharlo, pero leerlo sí, por eso puse los subtítulos. Tampoco es que entienda mucho, pero pues tampoco es que estén diciendo mucha cosa importante. Don Amparo. Pero es que yo no sé las alertas aquí cómo serían si es que no sé, la neta no sé. Yo no le entiendo escuchando y con los subtítulos menos. El de Resistance se veía bueno. Ese se veía bueno, ese me gustó. La copia de Animal Crossing. Pues quién sabe cómo esté.
Definitely some Stranger Things vibes to that.
Probemos.
Echo Generation with the hockey
A ver.
They're exciting. All right, now it's time to get to another world premiere. Check this out. Oh wait, we got YouTube creators first of all. Sorry, I get so excited. I think there are more world premieres. We do have more coming. Don't worry. But right now, actually, we're going to hear from a number of YouTube creators around the world to hear what they're looking forward to from Xbox, hopefully at the top of the hour. So let's
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Garu, and I'm a content on YouTube. And today, I'm so much excited for this Xbox event, because with this, we're going to get ourselves the new Halo stuff. And I used to play Halo back in 2011 and 2012. And I just used to spend hours and hours making a map on Halo.
Todos estamos excitados. Todos estamos re excitados. Ay, mi rey, muchas gracias. Ay, salió por acá arriba. Espere. Aquí está. Gracias, mi rey, por esos beats. Muchas gracias.
There used to be co-op, there used to be 1v1, King of the Hill, Juggernaut, and so many game modes in general. So I'm super excited for the brand new release of this game, because especially for content creators out there, there's going to be so much stuff to make content on, especially, there's going to be campaign, and plus if you guys make content on multiplayer, we can go on replay file, on theater mode, and capture some cool moments that we actually had in the game. So I really wish in the brand new Halo we get ourselves the co-op game mode.
Porque en Twitch en vez de ponerle Halo le ponen Special Events. No sé. Yo también le puse no mentira, yo sí puse Halo.
And hopefully you guys are excited for this brand new game and for the event. Peace out.
Hey guys, Middle Jesus here. Now I vividly remember buying my very first Xbox. I have it right here. It is the beautiful translucent Halo Edition Xbox. When I first saw this machine, I absolutely fell in love with it.
Sus corazoncitos.
So many great AAA games as well as hidden gems. And then when it came time for the Xbox 360, well, this was my machine of choice right here.
Hágale mi Fernando.
E3 2005 faceplate on here. And check this out. This was back when you had to have an external Wi-Fi adapter. It wasn't built into the machine, but
el primer Xbox.
So many great memories playing awesome games on this. Now, when it comes to the Xbox One, I'll admit I was a bit late to the party on that one, but I eventually did pick up the Xbox One X. You see the Gears edition here, and I have to say I was blown away by this. It's excellent hardware.
Gears edition. Ay.
And so, from what I've seen so far of the Xbox Series X, it appears that Microsoft's going all in on powerful hardware.
A la madre, parecía router. Ay, a mí me vale madre si parece router, si parece nevera, me vale madre lo de afuera. A mí lo que me importa lo de adentro y jugar, chingada madre.
Hola, amigas, amigos, yo soy Antrax. Wow, Halo. ¿Qué recuerdos tengo?
¡Órale!
Este título con este juego hizo mi infancia la más divertida de todas. Recuerdo que con el Halo 3 la campaña me la pasé en todos los modos posibles, en solitario.
Pues yo también.
El modo en línea, una chulada, lo mejor del mundo.
Esa debería ser tú. En algún momento ya lo van a ver.
La campaña, las cinemáticas son
ese güey.
Con Halo 4 recuerdo que en mi primer trabajo entré a trabajar para poder pagar el juego. Y entonces eso
tu pelo rosa está más chido. Ya van a ver, me van a ver, esperen y verás. Va a llegar un momento en que me van a ver en todos lados. Que se vaya a jugar free. No, súper, que el chico está ahí, muy bueno.
Game Fest audience, Lamar Wilson here, and here are the 5 games that I'm looking forward to them announcing today. So the first one is Halo Infinite. Now, I came into Halo late with Halo 5. I know. But I loved it so much that I can't wait to see what's next. Then there's a new game from Rare called Everwild. It just looks amazing.
Yo tengo el 360, pero el Slim no.
I want to see it. Number 3, I
No
definitely
esa.
want to see a Gear 6.
Yo también tengo un Slim.
Revenge and taking a horde out at the center, at the literal core, hopefully for the final time. Now, number 4, since we're talking about Gears, why not a Lego's Gears saga? You know, they did the Funko Pop thing on mobile, but what about Lego? Like, I would actually like to...
Una saga,
so
¿qué?
they need to announce that today. Now, finally, Cuphead 2. I know. Now, Cuphead 1 tore me a new one. It's one of the most unforgiving games ever, but for some reason, I just want more. Why do I want more? Man, am I crazy? Yes. Yes, I am.
Lamar, fully decked out in his Xbox gear, ready for the show. And it was so cool to have gamers from around the world joining us from India and Mexico and obviously here in the United States, because one of the things I think we found this year more than ever is that games bring us together, and people are watching all around the world. So I want to say hello to everyone watching this special event where hopefully we're all just going to be excited about games as we watch through it. And the stream is coming up in about 18 minutes. You can watch it live right here on this feed. We're going to go right into it, and then immediately afterwards, we've got our exclusive post show with guests, some of the developers featured in the showcase, and Aaron Greenberg from Xbox will be joining us to answer questions, and we'll also have some creators join us as well to grade, see how Xbox did based on our expectations, and we'll also do a poll on Twitter, so make sure to vote on that. But right now, it is time to get to another world premiere. This is a sequel to a game that if you watch YouTube Let's Plays and YouTube gaming videos, you've probably seen. Check this out.
Ya, al principio no entendí ni verga y ahorita tampoco. Ya quiero que... Faltan 20 minutos, 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 20 minutos. Hola Miguel Ángel, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido Miguel Ángel. Recuerden chicos que también ando por YouTube y Twitch. Me pueden seguir en ambas plataformas. What? Hello Nightbird. ¿Ok? ¿Ya puedes cocinar o qué pedo? No mames. Ya veo que lo que van a querer ustedes que le transmita en Viernes de Terror. Es una secuela. Me parece un tiburón. Se vino, marica, se vino. ¡Ah! Ahí estaría yo gritando como pendeja. ¡No! Ya te lo han pedido varias veces. Ok, lo voy a conseguir. ¡No, marica! Ahí estaría yo gritando como... ¡No! Ahí estaría gritando yo como loca. ¡Puta madre! Lo agarró. ¡Ay, güey! Ah, pero para el 2021. ¡Ay, güey! ¿Qué clase de Day by Day es ese? De hecho, se lo tengo también. Pero no mames, la ansiedad me consume.
There it is. Hello, Neighbor 2. And we've got some more games still to come.
Hola Juan, ¿cómo estás Juan? Bienvenido. Recuerden chicos que estoy en Twitch y en YouTube.
almost exactly 1 hour. So there'll be an hour showcase in 15 minutes and then our
El vecino original.
afterwards. But right now we're going to take a look at the program.
15 minutos, puta madre.
On Xbox is a summer game.
Es la secuela, o sea, el 2. Hay que jugar el 1, transmitir el 1 y ya para el 2021 conseguir el 2. Muy bien, Juan, muy bien, muy bien. Por aquí, súper ansiosa, esperando nuestro Halo. Perdón. Uno tiene cabeza de tiburón y el otro el vecino normal. Iré por mi pañal. Hágale. Vayan por papel. Voy a ir por Plutarco. Voy a ir subiendo noticias en la página. No sé si me puedan ayudar con eso. Los moderadores de mi página. Porfis. A ver. Ah, chinga, está bien lento eso. Oh, vamos por Macumbita. Vamos por Macumbita. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Se ve chido? Ah.
There you go, Shredder snowboarding game. I miss my SSX, so that one looks really good. And lots of great games coming to the ID at Xbox program that we're excited about. All right, now though, we have a pretty cool brand new game to show you. This comes from
creo que son varios. O sea, es uno en varios.
I saw this and the journey he wants to take us on with this game. I was really excited and honored to have the opportunity to share this with you. So this is a bit of a longer piece, but it takes you into the world of a brand new game from a special creator in Japan. Please check this out.
World premiere.
Hello, Xbox ファンの皆様、スクエアエニックスの中井祐二です。今日は皆様に不思議な物語をお届けに参ります。僕は現在スクエアエニックスにてバランカンパニーという新しいブランドを立ち上げました。そしてここにいる昔ソニックやナイツを一緒に作った大島直人と20年ぶりにタッグを組んでアクションゲームを作っています。中さんがスクエアエニックスに行くと知った時はびっくりしました。僕も驚いたよ。しかしこうしてまた一緒にタッグを組んでゲームを作れること、そして僕たちの得意とするゲーム作りとスクエアエニックスが得意とする物語や音楽とが合わさり、誰も体験したことのない新しいゲームを世界中の皆様にお届けできることをとても嬉しく思います。今日僕たちが皆様にお届けするのはアクションゲームの全てを詰め込んだアクションゲームオブアクションゲーム、バランワンダーワールドです。アクションゲームにミュージカルの世界観を持ち込んでボタン一つでたくさんの衣装能力を使い進んでいくゲームになります。苦悩や葛藤、人は誰しもがポジティブな気持ちとネガティブな気持ちのバランスを保ちながら生きています。しかしそのバランスが崩れた時、あなたはバランシアターに迷い込み、悩める12人のキャストたちの心象世界をあなたはさまざまなアクションを駆使して進んでいきます。アクションの一つ一つが衣装に割り当てられており、その数はなんと80種類を超えます。
衣装を次々に着替えながら各ステージに散りばめられた謎を解き、そしてネガティブな気持ちにとらわれてしまったキャストたちの心をあなたの手で取り戻してあげてください。
本作は24言語に対応予定です。Xbox One、さらに Xbox シリーズ X にももちろん対応し、片方のコンソールを持っていればどちらでも遊んでいただけるスマートデリバリーにも対応する予定です。世界中の皆様に 4K の最高画質で本作の世界を隅々まで楽しんでいただけます。ワンダーワールドの世界で皆様をお待ちしています。最後に今日は全世界初公開の映像も準備いたしましたので、どうぞご覧ください。It's show time!
Balan Wonderworld, a strange and mysterious land that you visit when you come to a turning point in life.
Listo, listo, listo. Estaba vaciando el tinaco. Y cuidándome de no comer cosas dulces. Hace un rato hice una colación. 9 minutos, chinga.
Over 80 different costumes, unlocking unique actions and abilities.
Sí, dijiste voy al baño. Estaba vaciando el tinaco. No, Matito, ya casi, chicos. 8 minuticos. Pokémon.
Look into your hearts.
Recuerden que también estoy transmitiendo por Twitch. Estoy transmitiendo en Twitch y en YouTube.
Balan Wonderworld. Every moment is an adventure.
It's an adventure.
There it is, the announcement of Balan Wonderland. Nights was such a special and important game to me. I want to thank.
¿Qué pasó con Nono Live? Nada. Allá está Nono Live.
World premiere announcement with us here on the pre-show. There's even more good stuff though coming up at the top of the hour. We are just 6 minutes away. So we're going to have another group join us here as we count down in the final 5 minutes. We got Matt Pat joining us live from the Game Theorist headquarters.
It's over. I could check out right now. I am sold. Balan Wonderworld, #1 game. Over. Stand aside Halo Infinite. That was what I needed to do.
I was going to say, I was pretty excited when we got that. I'm like, okay, this pre-show is going to be pretty good. That's an exciting announcement. Yeah, just to have those guys back doing that. So yeah, I agree with you, Matt Pat. All right, we've also got JD Witherspoon joining us. What's up, Ron? How you doing?
Yo, I'm chilling, man. I'm looking at this countdown for the showcase. I'm ready to put my helmet on and get it going, but I'm like, let's talk.
I
was just saying, we got 5 minutes, and joining us also is Allegra Frank from Vox. Allegra, how you doing?
Hey, I'm really good now. Like, after Balan Wonderland, I'm with Matt. Yo, that's it. That's the end of the show for me.
We done. Yeah, no, it's nice, happy, uplifting. We need a game like that. So that was, yeah, a pretty good way to end the pre-show.
Tengo que configurar las alertas de YouTube. Que me ha llegado gente aquí a YouTube y yo ni en cuenta.
You guys are going to join us afterwards as well to react to what we see. So let's kind of get the preview. Balan Wonderland, but what else? What do you guys? What's gonna? Let me put it this way: what does Microsoft need to do to get an A from you watching this conference? So what's it gonna take? Let's start with you, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, to me, we all know Halo Infinite is the big gem in their crown, right? Like, that's the piece that they're selling, the killer app. That is their killer app. But to me, you know, as a...
No le entiendo ni madre, si no sé por qué me da risa.
...buy this system in particular, and if it's not a neon green skin, like we saw for the earlier Xbox generation, to coat that big, like, obelisk that you're buying with Xbox Series X, Balan Wonderland, or Balan Wonderworld, might have sold it for me. It looks like exactly the sort of game that I need in 2020, that the world needs in 2020, and it hits me right in the nostalgia field. So I needed another killer app for this system, and that might have been it.
Wow. All right. You guys are done in the pre-show. I like it. There are already high marks. JD, we know we're going to see Halo. Seems like you're sufficiently hyped if you've got your Master Chief helmet. What's it going to take to get an A from you in the post-show grade?
Well, I mean, obviously Halo. I would love for them to take the Halo Infinite and use it to be showcased the same way they showcased Halo 2 from the E3 2005 world premiere. I remember that. They did the gameplay, mixed it with cutscenes. And then, I mean, I believe we talked about...
¿Quién será mi primera kill en Twitch? ¿Quién sabe?
Never put out that last Fable. I'm not sure. I have to go back. And then, for me, personally, I want a new Matrix video game. I know that no one in the chat wants that, but hey, remember Enter the Matrix? That was fire. Remember that bullet time? Yo, bring me back.
I remember that. Right now. Intersected with the movies and stuff. Yeah, all right. That's a wild prediction that we're gonna get a new Matrix. Keanu, they used Keanu last year, so you never know.
También está el directo de Xbox en Twitch.
Allegra, I know you're excited about Balan, what they're doing. What else will it take to hype you up to an A grade in the post show?
Right. I mean, everything that's excited me in the pre-show is pretty much what I would also want in the post-show, which is interesting sort of
Pero dicen que en YouTube está en español. Sí, pero a mí me gusta verlo en inglés. Hay mucha gente que habla y habla y habla y habla y la verdad prefiero estar pendiente del
bizarre number that has nothing to do with
del video.
Like if it's a sequel, I'm pretty much out, but I would love to see more from Tell Me Why by Don't Nod. I would love to see some actual like gameplay and a good emphasis.
O los de Xbox, me dices, porque yo estoy ahí. Estoy en Xbox On.
But in general, I like to be really surprised whether or not it's some, you know, Final Fantasy exclusive that's making its way onto the Xbox for the first time, or just some game we've never heard of before from some small, exciting studio. I mean, that's always what wins me over. Also, Keanu Reeves, if he shows up again, I mean, that would be really great.
Si tienes el link Terminator y alguno así que está en español y que veas que está chido, me lo envías porfa. Necesito un mod, un manager que me super ayude con todo esto, chicos. Un asistente que esté pendiente, que esté pilas.
You guys are going to join us afterwards. You've got your Master Chief helmet. And I want to thank everyone for joining us exclusively here on YouTube for the pre-show for the Xbox event. It's going to be about 2 minutes until we go, so maybe
que
one
no
last
falte.
rapid fire here.
Así estaría yo.
Got his helmet. How do you guys think they're going to open the show? What do you think the first thing is?
Halo Infinite.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like, start with the big guns. They know that's what everyone's here for.
Un minuto.
Allegra, do you agree, or do you want?
Yo quiero ese casco.
It's gonna be Halo, which for someone who doesn't really care about Halo, I would love because I need a bathroom break. So, sorry, JD.
The chat just lit up. He's gonna take a bathroom break during Halo. All right, but hey, we got Balan, and yeah, that's part of the fun is that we don't know what they're gonna do, and they've been very quiet. They've just said Halo, but beyond that, they've really not told us anything else about what games are going to be in there.
O sea, habla del show que va a dar lo de Xbox. Es que yo estoy en Xbox.
We'll have updates on, and then I know for a fact there will be some new games announced in this showcase. and it's exciting to watch.
Pásalo, 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 Terminator.
Matt,
Pásalo, por favor.
JD, Allegra, thanks for joining us. You guys are going to be with us afterwards. We're going to react to the press conference, see how Microsoft did, and then we're going to have some guests, some of the developers and some of the games featured in the show. We're going to have interviews with them and Xbox's Aaron Greenberg will be joining us live to break down some of the news. So enjoy it, watch it live here in the Xbox Games Showcase, an hour of games right here on YouTube.
Ay, güey, ay, güey, ay, güey. Ya se me erizaron los pelos. The bebés.
The Mjolnir exosuit is now complete.
Pues no está en español.
Even though this technology will save humanity in the war to come.
En el mero mero.
I must remind myself. Liquid crystal cannot rise on its own. Titanium alloy cannot prevail in the face of extinction. Armor cannot hope. It all means nothing until you step inside.
¡Puta madre! Tengo erizados los pelos del colu. Se ve hermoso ese cabrón rico.
Yep, this is death. No! No! No, 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 no!
No, 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 no.
This isn't happening. I'm going to have to make an emergency landing. Hold on, Chief.
Me recuerda a Halo 1.
No! No! You! I can't stand this! You are free. No! You don't get to tell me what to do. You don't get to tell me anything. We're... Are you even listening?
I count 3 anti-aircraft cannons.
3 what?
You'll be safe here.
Oh, I'll be safe. Safe? I haven't been safe since I found you.
María.
I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out there if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop.
Busco trabajo en otro lado.
You keep saying that. We're outgunned, outnumbered. I know I saw condors over there. I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war, we'll get away from here. Far away.
Wait here.
Oh, please. Let me see what I can find.
Cannons first. When I get back, we can look. Together.
Okay, big guy.
¡Ay, pero miren esa belleza, papá! ¡Wow! Cuando un sorteo de mes de Gold. Cuando vea más apoyo en OnLive, chicos, necesito mucho apoyo de ustedes. Tanto en todas las redes. ¿Qué pedo con el mapa? ¿Un mundo abierto? ¿Y no habían dicho que no? Ok. ¡Puta madre! Pues parece. ¡Ah! Porque en todos los juegos tipo así hay un pinche gordo que se avienta. La música, sí. Gancho. Sí, pues es lo que habían dicho que era el accesorio que le había aparecido cuando salió la portada del juego. Que iba a contar con un gancho. Está chido, a mí también me gusta eso del... Ay, güey.
I wish I could tell you it was difficult, but it wasn't.
Bueno, ese también ya sabíamos porque ya había salido en su visor, en la portada.
He's already under our control. Soon, the auditorium as well. The Harbinger and the Banished share the same goal. We fight together to honor the will of Atriox. Without challenge, I grew weary, lost, alone. Here you now stand. This is my last fight. A true test of legends. Our story will outlive us both. Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bare your fangs. Fight hard. Die well.
Ok.
Esperamos que hayáis disfrutado en esta nueva campaña de Halo Infinite. Estoy muy orgulloso del equipo de 343 y les podemos mostrar ahora los siguientes del viaje de Master Chief. Es la campaña más ambiciosa que hemos tenido con Halo para 343. Ha sido la primera vez que he podido explorar diferentes matrices de Halo que son muchísimo más grandes, 7 veces más grandes.
Ya lo quiero jugar,
Halo
sí, no
Infinite
mames.
Tiene lo mejor para la serie de Xbox, las mejores batallas, las mejores vistas y efectos visuales mucho más complejos.
Sí, porque no mames, qué pinches graficotes.
10 veces más grande por píxel y también con 60 fotogramas por segundo, y para que la matriz de Halo sea muchísimo mejor que antes. Y estoy deseando compartir muchísimo más con ustedes.
Recuerda un poco a Doom.
Incluido la primera vista y multijugador. Ahora vais a ver una vista nueva para ver lo que hemos estado trabajando. Estreno mundial.
Ben tenía la razón el día. Pues sí, obvio. Obvio, Terminator. Me grita y yo también salgo corriendo a la verga. State of Decay 3. Oh.
Bienvenidos a todos al Xbox Game Showcase. Hoy estamos mostrando juegos de 9 de los 15 estudios que tenemos en Xbox Games Studios, incluidas los descubrimientos de 5 nuevos juegos first party. Hoy lo que vemos son los estudios de Xbox Games y cómo abrazan sus pasiones para que hagan sus sueños realidad. Creemos que los juegos, como ven ustedes los juegos, es tan importante como jugarlos. El Xbox Game Pass es la mejor forma de jugar y de descubrir todo esto, y ustedes podrán experimentar.
Esa membresía muy buena, la verdad. Estoy miado.
Los miembros del Game Pass podrán jugar a todos estos juegos que pueden ver con la suscripción de Game Pass. Los juegos serán los mejores en Xbox Series X. Esto también da la fidelidad, el mejor rendimiento posible, y lo hemos conseguido con las consolas de la mejor generación y con una tecnología de plataforma de la más moderna para poder que los desarrolladores puedan hacer todo lo posible por tener mejor un estudio, para tener lo mejor en hardware. Y estamos desarrollando las siguientes generaciones, y Xbox Series X está consiguiendo ese sueño de conseguir el mayor realismo y con esa resolución de 90K, todo con 60 fotogramas por segundo. Lo van a ver ahora, se ha capturado completamente en nuestro motor.
A ver.
Estreno mundial.
¿Cuál es esa?
Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it. It is found in the smallest moments. In every step of a perilous journey. In the symmetry of ritual. In the bonds we share. And in moments of stillness.
Es un Forza, era un Forza, yo no alcancé a ver.
It teaches us to look beyond the expected. To be a light in dark places. To seek answers. And to stand watch over our world. Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it.
Se ve perrón, sí, se ve perrón, se ve perrón. Un avatar.
Everwild les va a dar un mundo natural mágico para vosotros, para que lo podáis explorar y podáis perderos en él. Es el lugar para ser
Me parece
eternos.
muy mala traductora la que está ahí.
La eternidad tiene ese don de tener esa magia que va a través de la naturaleza.
Habla muy bajito.
Y que llega a todos los seres vivientes.
Se traba mucho.
Estamos aquí muy emocionados por trabajar en algo como Everwild y esperemos que vosotros también lo estéis.
Me gusta el gráfico, se ve lindo.
Aprovechamos esta oportunidad para dar muchísimas gracias a todos los que han demostrado su apoyo y su amor, su cariño y toda esa comunidad tan positiva que ha conseguido que se consiga este juego. Muchísimas gracias.
Whoa, I just got hit with a flood of memories.
Love you, Mom.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Mom?
Allison?
Yeah. It doesn't matter that they don't believe us.
We all believed that what happened that night was self-defense. But we couldn't be sure.
It doesn't matter that they kept us apart.
Brother, sister, we look out for each other.
It doesn't matter that finding the truth feels impossible.
We're all done with fairy tales.
The only thing that matters is you're my brother.
Parece como un Last of Us.
And the only way to move forward is to keep looking back.
We've been getting these visions whenever we see or hear something really emotional. Everything we thought we knew about Marianne just got thrown out the window.
She loved you. She attacked you. We both saw it.
I thought coming here would be closing a chapter of our lives.
Nothing good comes from stirring up old memories.
We don't really have a choice about that.
There's always a choice, son.
I can't do this.
Stop!
A mí no me captó. Ya habría que jugarlo.
Hey everyone.
Hola a todos. Soy Gennady. Soy el cofundador y director de tecnología de Moon Studios. Hoy estamos muy contentos de contarles que estamos trabajando en una versión muy especial de Ori and the Will of Wisps y especial para la Xbox Series X. Lo estamos lanzando para tener muchísima más fidelidad que algo que no era posible anteriormente en otra consola. Y nuestro juego ahora se puede utilizar con una tasa de refresco de 120 Hz con Full 4K HDR. Esto nos da una imagen muy fina, muy nítida y también una latencia de entrada muy baja, y esto está consiguiendo la mejor plataforma y el mejor campo de plataforma para este campo. También podemos ver la inmersión en diferentes espacios en nuestro mundo utilizando tecnología que puede simular el tiempo real, y también estamos utilizando este hardware tan interesante para tener tantas opciones para poder jugar mejor este juego. Hemos compartido con ustedes toda esta experiencia tan importante de Ori para Xbox Series X.
From the furthest reaches of the universe comes the biggest mystery in the
Me
galaxy.
acordé de
An
Bioshock.
abandoned research facility, and now shady corporate intrigue.
Marvel of the
O
Gorgon
Borderlands.
asteroid. A sordid stopover, full of salacious secrets and scandalous strangers.
Greetings, attractive patron. You are looking downright unaffordable today.
With the right kind of case.
They wanted us to develop a miracle drug.
Se parece a Bioshock. Me hizo recordar a Bioshock y a
Or sword.
Borderlands.
Or this thing. Thrills. Danger. Intrigue.
A word of advice before you go, Captain?
Fui
Trust
por un
no
bistec.
one.
What What will you find on Gorgon? This unit cannot regulate
¿Se ve bueno?
in its current state.
En septiembre 9. Se ve bueno. A mí me llama la atención. Me gustó.
If you're waiting for the biggest game of the year, then wait for Cyberpunk. But if you're ready for the smallest, we've got you covered. From Obsidian Entertainment, the makers of games that are
A
nothing
huevo, Dora la
like this one.
exploradora. Toy Story.
This summer, strive together to thrive together. Or just feed your friend to the spiders and go solo.
En Obsidian estamos haciendo todo lo posible para mejorar los juegos de rol. Es algo que hacemos todos los días en la oficina y estamos deseando que estén ustedes, que vosotros estéis jugando a Peril Gorgon. Va a tener algo de lo mejor de Outer Worlds y está juntando lo mejor de todos estos mundos. Y también estamos evolucionando en la forma que contamos historias y jugamos a juegos, y nuestro equipo en los últimos años ha estado trabajando lo máximo para poder dar lo mejor a un juego de supervivencia. El 28 de julio lo pueden ver también en Xbox Game Preview, el juego de Grounded. Y si ustedes han estado preguntando, también hemos hecho todo lo posible de los juegos de Obsidian RPG. Estreno mundial.
A ver.
We have always known war.
Una
Towards our empire. Turned heroes into queens and kings. And decimated our foes. Now our oaths are lost, forsaken. And you must face the monsters. Our sins have burned.
Okay.
Is an oath worth the weight of a crown?
Yo también lo quiero. Se ve perrón, sí. Ay, qué rica.
Avowed es un RPG de primera persona expansivo del Fantasy World of Eora, con una serie de entretenimiento que se une a Xbox Series X, y nos dijeron que era el juego que querían hacer. Y
deben admitir que sí es un refri. A mí me vale madres. A mí me vale madres cómo se vean las consolas. A mí solo me importan los juegos.
De Xbox Series X. En Xbox Game Studios.
Un RPG medieval, sí. Sí, habían dicho desde el principio que era un RPG. Se ve bien verga, no mames.
Sus ideas, y me encanta anunciar el trabajo que hemos hecho con Interior Night, que es otro estudio que ha trabajado con nosotros. Ahora vamos a conocer a Caroline Marshall, la fundadora de Interior Night Studios. ¿Para qué no estamos en? Bonjour, soy Caroline de Interior Night. Nuestro equipo está muy emocionado a la hora de contar historias constructivas, porque cuando contamos una historia tenemos que ponernos en la piel del personaje, tenemos que tener sus sentimientos, sus esperanzas, sus conflictos también en ese proceso. También los conocemos a nosotros.
Voy por otro insect.
Eso es muy importante. Nuestro primer juego es en el sureste de América y trata sobre las familias y su sufrimiento, y sobre todo cómo tú o ustedes o vosotros van a experimentar esas personas y sus experiencias, esas personas que tienen defectos y cómo experimentan todo esto. Espero que disfruten del tráiler. Estreno mundial.
A ver. Sí, nieto, pero antes escuchando y mirando.
We were on our way to start a new life that summer. For our family, it was just a stopover.
For mine, it was the end of the road.
On the ground, now!
The sun went down on all of us that day. Was it fate? Coincidence? No.
Don't like. Pero no me llama la atención.
Dark.
All my life, I've been scared of the shadows.
Hola Pixel, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido.
I'm finally ready to step into the light. I got your letters.
Nope. Don't like. Pues no me llamó la atención.
En Ninja Theory trabajamos muchísimo en todos nuestros proyectos, incluida la saga de Senua y que se anunció en los Games Awards en diciembre del año pasado. Con 3,5 millones de jugadores que ya han experimentado esta gran historia de sacrificio, estamos deseando darles un poquito de información acerca de lo que va a venir más adelante, y también todo se ha desarrollado en Engine 5 para Xbox. Y también voy a revelar hoy que la saga de Senua va a tener lugar en el gran país de Islandia, el bello país de Islandia. Ustedes podrán saber más acerca de cómo encontrar las habitaciones y todos los escenarios en ese diario de desarrollo que tenemos detrás de las cámaras, que estamos mostrando dentro de nuestro canal de YouTube de Ninja Theory. Ha sido tan emocionante ver estos sacrificios que se han realizado para tantos jugadores, y estoy muy agradecido a todos los fans por haber formado parte de nuestra historia tanto tiempo, y también que formen parte ahora todos ellos de ese diario de desarrollo.
Cámara.
¿Qué, Peter? Peter estaba ahí todo el tiempo. Peter, muy buen trabajo. Me ha encantado esta canción. Ahora es el momento del rock and roll.
Probably been a long time since you've had a visitor. I hope you don't mind pop-ins.
What?
Where are we?
It's a quiet place.
Ah, está apenas para jugar bien macumbiada.
Lost alone, neither skin nor bone. Just a thought is all I've got. Now my cover's low.
¿Qué es eso? No sé. Pero te digo, está bueno para jugar macumbiado.
When my friends pulled me back up, I started healing.
Va. No mames, está bien vergas, puta madre. El güey sabe, el que está cantando. Oh, no mames, está bien vergas. Hay que jugarlo, chicos, hay que jugarlo, ya saben cómo. A la verga, sí, no mames, miren eso, chinga. Se ve vergas, se ve vergas.
Which I never.
Ah, secuela. ¿Qué se fumó el creador? Chido, chido.
Un juego que hemos realizado en Xbox Game Studios. Hay muchísimo más para jugar en Xbox. Tenemos muchísimos creadores y grandes publicadores y también desarrolladores más independientes para darle la mayor variedad de juegos de la historia. Hay un juego que nos ha llegado muchísimo, está mucho más cerca de nosotros, no solo geográficamente, sino también por la historia. Nuestros compañeros de Bungie están trayendo a Destiny 2 a Xbox Series X y Xbox Game Pass. Habrá 10 millones de suscriptores y si tú eres uno, vas a poder disfrutar
Yo me fumé un papel higiénico
en septiembre. Para todos los que son miembros Ultimate de Game Pass, podrán tener muchísimo y la oportunidad de jugar en móvil en la nube. Y tendremos una nueva versión de Destiny 2 optimizada para Xbox Series X con resolución de 4K y 60 fotogramas por segundo. Es una nueva visión de Beyond Light.
Ahorrar para el Xbox X.
I've seen terrible things born out in the darkness. Every moment brings them closer. It's time to step beyond the light.
¡Épale eso, mi pixel precioso! Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Ok, salió como sale para noviembre.
Este es Destiny 2, se puede jugar en cualquier sitio gracias a Xbox Game Pass. Uno de los mejores uno de los mejores desarrolladores del mundo han trabajado
vale, mi pixel precioso.
Tenemos mucha suerte de haber trabajado con ellos. También hemos tenido grandes creadores para poder dar vida a los nuevos juegos de una forma increíble y nunca vista.
Antes de que te lo pongas se va a borrar todo, porque eres como un usuario nuevo.
Que hemos tenido vosotros y descubriendo todo esto. Todos estos juegos que vais a ver se van a lanzar exclusivamente para Xbox, las consolas Xbox. Espero que las disfruten.
Ese Game Pass es una belleza, la neta. Es muy buena inversión. Ese pixel. Chernobyl. Stalker 2.
Estreno mundial.
Recuerden, chicos, que ando Twitch y YouTube.
My Lord Inquisitor, I've reached a term of prime and begun our investigations. Our recon squad has been sent into sub-level 6 of the Hive to determine the full extent of the unrest. I'll know more.
Ahora Japo se va a morir en 4K. Ay, güey.
They make it back.
Estreno mundial.
Ya tenemos juegos para directos de terror. Mi pixel. ¡Viva Xbox! ¡Que viva! ¡Ah, qué chido! Sigo esperando Viva Piñata parte 2. Tengo que vender mi riñón para comprar el nuevo Xbox Series X. No eres el único. Pero de yo vendo un riñón. Tetris en 8K.
Approaching orbit. Scans a no-go. Sure you want to drop here? Hell yeah. Already lacing up my boots back here.
Se viene la venta de órganos.
What we got? Another good-for-nothing space rock? Wow.
Hold on, let me check.
Find anything good?
Vex, you're not gonna believe this. Ouch! What the?
Microsoft se volverá más millonario de lo que es. Wow. ¿Qué clase de Monster Hunter es este? ¿Lo quieres? The Gunk. Gunk. Tantos riñones vendidos será una fortuna para Microsoft. Sí.
It all starts with a dead girl. A forest. The moon. Scent of pines. And then a gunshot. Every story has two sides. A regular, rational one, but also a darker and deeper truth. Not unlike a nightmare. If I can see both. Worse, I can link them.
Hello? Anyone there?
What is this place?
What? No lo quiero. The Last of Us parte 5. ¿Qué clase de Silent Hill? No mentiras. Medium, de Medium. Se ve chido, pero no apareció nada de fecha de estreno.
Estreno mundial.
Sonic. Sonic 50. Se ve cool. ...2021, parte 2.
Luis Torres, I've seen your future. Global risk is scared of the weapon.
A ver.
Destiny chose me to save this world. And I will see it done.
Un COD, no.
We make our own path. We protect our own.
Can you protect me from fate?
17 seconds.
Soon, the entire world will burn, all because of him.
The ghost is here!
Warzone 2. Crossfire. Es en este 2020. Se ve chido, se ve, sí.
Hemos visto 10 estrenos mundiales y 22 lanzamientos exclusivos de la consola. Los miembros pueden jugar a todos los juegos que habéis visto de Xbox Game Studios y nuestros colaboradores que aparecen en la suscripción y que son gratuitos. Algunos de los títulos que vienen a Xbox Series X son los que hemos visto, algunos de los juegos que ya conocían y nos encantan y otros que son nuevos para la serie, juegos como Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Sea of Thieves,
no me gusta esa traductora.
5 costes adicionales con ese lanzamiento. Pueden esperar un cartel de más de 100 títulos para Xbox Series X esta nueva temporada. Y con Game Pass, Xbox es el lugar donde jugar y ustedes son el centro de todo lo que hacemos nosotros. Habrán notado que no hemos podido ver todos el estudio de Xbox Game Studios y por eso vamos a compartir mucho más un poquito más adelante en este año. Pero antes de eso hay algo más.
A ver.
Estreno mundial.
Habla como pito.
The world is filled with stories of legendary heroes and treacherous villains, of fantastical creatures and wondrous places. where nature and magic live in perfect harmony. Happy endings. But yours has yet to be written.
Bien, 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 así, muy bien. Me gusta que entren así, me gustó. F. Ok, chicos, pues listo. Ahí quedamos, chicos. No me voy a quedar mucho tiempo porque tengo que hacer unas cosas antes de. Entonces nos vemos más tardecito en NoNoLive. Quería transmitir aquí para que viéramos juntos esta conferencia. Pero, debo de terminar stream. Nos vemos entonces al ratito en NoNoLive. Hoy voy a transmitir puro gaming en NoNoLive, entonces por allá los espero, chicos. Nos vemos al rato en Warzone, ¿no? Que japo. Ahorita veo, chicos, porque hoy sí voy a jugar bastante rato, entonces posiblemente sí juguemos bastante rato Warzone. Entonces nos vemos en un rato. Bye, chicos, y gracias por haber estado aquí. Besitos.